Major application areas of artificial intelligence means what are the places where we are using artificial intelligence based systems or machines. First is robotics. Robots are used for performing tasks that are difficult for humans. Using robots is quite expensive, but they are very powerful and very useful. Robots can be deployed in difficult environment. For example, they can be used for searching for mines. Here you can see the robots are being used for searching for mines, and they can, here we can use them in warfare also. So these difficult environment also we can use them, and here also in mines. So for detection of bombs, mines, in warfare and in deep mines also we can use them. They can work without getting tired or feeling bored. So they're very useful, and they are by artificial intelligence. Machine vision, also known as computer vision, can be the eye of the computer now. We humans have eyes to see and perceive, think. Now, machine vision or the computer vision is the application of AI that uses camera to inspect and analyze objects. For example, this is one popular app, and using the computer vision, the app is changing the face of the human. Different age, with hair, with so many hair. This is the vision of the computer. Here you can see in China, it mostly happens that they are having surveillance on the people. You can see using computer vision technology, they are able to identify who this person is. So using camera, they are able to inspect and analyze the people. Using AI based systems, we can create speech recognition and voice recognition based systems. And we have seen so many of them. It is used in many areas for creating simple online games where we can speak. For example, I think you all have heard about the Talking Tom. Or we can create virtual assistants. For example, Siri, Alexa. Using AI, we can create expert system. Expert systems can solve our problem. We can ask questions from expert systems. So expert systems are actually computer system. But before, computers were not able to answer our questions. Computers were not able to think, reason. But because of the coming of the expert system, also called IKBS, Intelligent Knowledge Based System, they are trying to emulate the decision making capability of human beings. They are developed to solve complex problems. Any problem that is related to a particular task. That task will require human intelligence and human expertise, but because of expert systems, we will not need human being. Now, first of all, we need to know what is expert system. Expert system takes the data from an expert. For example, a doctor. Suppose there is a physician, and he is capable of giving medicine to the patients of fever, stomach ache, headache. So he is asked about different conditions and he prescribes the medicine. This data is saved. Now whenever someone asks the expert system, then expert system actually searches this data. This data that is taken from the expert. So expert system consists of two main components. One is the knowledge base. This base actually contains the data that we have taken from the doctor. So knowledge base is a storehouse of information. in an organized form so that the computer can retrieve it very easily within a limited time. Now, whenever someone asks any question, there is one search engine that searches the knowledge base, that is called inference engine. The technique used to search the required information from the knowledge base is the inference engine. So actually we are saving the data of an expert, and using a search engine we are getting the data and giving the answer to the person. AI is used in mathematical computations also, in calculations also. It is used in solving complex mathematical problems, proving new theorems, manipulating the old formulas. They are used in algebra, differential calculus, integral calculus, everywhere. There are some popular expert systems which are used in medicine. For example, Mycin. Mycin uses the backward chaining domain of AI. Means it saves the data and then whatever is asked gives the answer. Because it is expert system, the same process works in every expert system. It accepts symptoms from a patient, identifies the various bacteria that could have caused this infection, and then recommends medicine according to the patient's weight. So here also the data is taken from a doctor and that is only given. Dendral, always seen as the first expert system in the world, it is used in chemical analysis of different chemicals, and then they try to predict the molecular structure of that particular chemical. PXDES is used in medical science for diagnosing lung disease, especially the specific type of lung cancer. P stands for pneumonia. Pneumonia X-ray expert system. Cadet cancer detection. It is used to identify cancer at early stages. Here you can see how Mycin works. We are the user, okay, means the patient. We will ask any question using the user interface, means either voice or by touch or by typing. Now the search engine the inference engine or the search engine will try to search this data which we have asked for from the knowledge base. This knowledge base is having data from home and expert doctor. And after getting the required data which I wanted, it will give the data to me in the form of advice. So actually it is searching of data only. Artificial intelligence in our everyday life. In our everyday life, we usually use virtual assistants, for example, Alexa, Siri, Cortana. Some robots are there in the market, for example, Miko is an AI robot that is designed especially for children so that it can help them in their day-to-day homework, for example, to prepare a science quiz. GPS tracker also is artificial intelligence based systems in our everyday life. Automatic maximum speed limit system in school bus. The system will now not allow the driver to increase the speed up to a particular extent. Surveillance systems in schools. The CCTV systems with computer vision technology, they are also getting popular in schools. Some common AI applications and their usage. For example, Siri. I think you all have heard about Siri. Siri is Apple company's personal assistant. It is a female voice activated assistant that interacts with the user through voice and is able to assist in routine tasks. For example, finding any information. Just I will say, hi Siri, search this. So Siri will search the web pages for this information, or in the mobile phone also. So for finding information, for getting directions in Google Map, for sending messages, making calls, opening any application, or adding any event to the calendar, we can use Siri. Based on voice. Tesla. Tesla is a very big name, that is AI in the automobile industry. The best feature is the self-driving capability of the car. The car can drive itself. One more is the predictive capability. It can predict the future, means what can happen in future. For example, the car is running and there are two cars which are at the speed of 60, suppose. So it will predict that in the coming future, after 10 or 15 minutes, what will happen. These cars will overrun the car, or these cars will be back. So it can predict the future conditions based on the present data. It helps the car in running. Cogito. Cogito is a very popular tool that is used in the marketing field by the sales companies. Netflix, I think, is very popular. You all have heard about Netflix. It is a popular OTT platform, on the top platform, content on demand service. It uses predictive technology. This technology is actually AI technology to provide you recommendations of the video that you would like to watch based on your reactions, based on your desire, based on your preference and your action. Means whatever you see is actually your action, means that you want. For example, if you are fond of horror movies, so you will get recommendations of horror movies. If you are fond of cartoon movies, you will get recommendations of cartoon movies. This is using AI. They are giving you recommendation. Pandora, I think you all have heard about Pandora. It is on demand service, but it is not video, it is music. Netflix and Amazon Prime, they are on demand video service. Nest, Google Nest. It was an AI startup that was acquired by the Google company in 2014. So now it is Google Nest. Nest is actually one product that can manage your home. Nest Learning Thermostat uses your behavior. For example, suppose you wake up at 5 a.m. and you go to bed at 10 p.m. Then using your behavior, it will adjust itself. For example, at 10 p.m. you go to bed. So after 10 p.m. it will switch off all the lights of the house. When you wake up at 5 a.m. so till that time the AC will be at a minimum temperature, and other equipments will be switched off, like your refrigerator and other equipments, they will be switched off. So Nest Learning Thermostat uses behavioral algorithm to save energy based on your behavior and your schedule. Flying drones, also called UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles. These are for domestic use, for taking photo, videos, and these are for military use. These are called drones, military drones or unmanned aerial vehicles. No any person is there in these vehicles. Either they are controlled from a very long distance, or either they work on their own. It includes a very powerful machine learning system, ML based system, that can translate the environment, means the place where it is, into a 3D model, means it can create a virtual model of the place using sensors and video cameras. And now after that, whatever is its target, using computer vision it can find the target and it can kill the target. If we have to take the photos or videos, automatically it can take the photos and videos of the places that we have told her. These are used for a variety of tasks, sometimes for videography, photography also we are using it. And now some food delivery companies like Zomato, they are trying to deliver food also at the house of the people using flying drones. They can just take up from the places where they are and it will just drop at the exact GPS location of the house of the person. What is the significance or importance and what is the impact of artificial intelligence in our real life? You can see there are so many devices right now we are using artificial intelligence. So what are the benefits? It is automating our task, means the task which we were doing ourselves, it is getting automatically done by the computer. We can perform frequent tasks like sending of email, writing of calendar, calling, messaging. All these tasks we can give to the artificial intelligence based system. High volume tasks where we have to work on a very large amount of data, that also we can automate using AI based system. Now those tasks which we give to computer, now it is reliably and without any fatigue done by the AI based system. We can be reliable on that because it will not make any mistake, and without fatigue 24 hours 7 days in a week it will do our work. Next thing is it automates those mundane tasks that we find boring. Those tasks which we have to do daily again and again, we can give this task to the AI based system and this will automate our task, means make the task automatic. So every day we do not have to do this task again and again. Second thing is AI is having one more capability than computers, means it is adding that capability to the computers. That is, it can learn through repetitive tasks. After some time, because of their meta learning capability, learning how to learn, how to remember, they have heuristics, they can remember and they can get data from their heuristics also. Using this, they can devise different methods themselves, new approaches how to solve the problem, because now they know the problem. So through repetitive tasks, they can learn. So learn and discover new approaches to any task. Using data exploration technique, means they can learn from different scenario, like we learn from different scenario and conditions. AI can improve already existing product. For example, TV has now become smart TV only because of the AI. The voice assistant, voice based searching, because of that it has improved this TV and made it smart TV. AI is accurate and it is error free, so we can give our important tasks to AI. AI can detect fraud also. It is used in banks to detect fraud and it can help in solving crimes because it is able to process a very large amount of data. Fraud detection systems have many data processing layers. Suppose processing the name of the person, processing the fingerprint data, processing the eye retina data, processing so many other data about the person and then coming to a conclusion. So for that they have so many data to process, so many layers of data to process. Computer is able to do this because of AI. They can analyze a lot of data deeply which is impossible for humans to do. AI can work in dangerous environment also. We have seen it before also that it can work in warfare. It can kill the enemies in the war zone, that is UAV. AI has influenced the field of healthcare also. We have expert systems in the field of healthcare like Mycin, Cadet, PXDES. It can help in monitoring and diagnosing solutions. Expert systems can monitor the condition and based on that they can give the solution to the people. They help in searching and data from the X-ray and giving the result to the doctor. It is reducing the operating cost of healthcare facilities. For example, so many work which were done by different people are done by the AI based systems, so they are reducing the cost also, making the work automated. They are reducing the cost. Next is smart living, smart cities, smart states, smart country. This smart technology is going to be in the future. So, what are the things which constitute smart living using smart devices? So, smart agriculture, when we are doing agriculture using smart tools, smart AI based tools, that is smart living. Smart homes, those homes which are using smart devices. Smart education, smart energy management system, smart government that uses AI, smart healthcare using expert systems, smart mobility using without driver cars, smart retail using AI in the retail sector also when buying products, and open data. Data is open for all to work on. And all of these things which we are having in the city, they are all connected through sensors so that they can easily communicate within themselves. That is called Internet of Things. Means interconnection of all the devices together. And when we are using these things in our day-to-day life, we are having smart living. What is the concept of smart living? The smart living concept actually aims at improving the standard of living at home, workplace, and transportation. At home, you do not need to apply different things yourself. The AI based systems will do this. Smart living aims at conserving the environment also. Using AI based systems, we can save electricity. When we are saving electricity, it means we are saving the environment. Comfortable lives for all means the work will be done by the AI based systems. We will have very comfortable life. It aims at innovation, quicker, cheaper, and more efficient construction of technologies for smart buildings. For example, this is a green home. Okay, it will reduce the heat in the home. So, using green technologies, we are able to design these types of homes. This is smart living. Designer mobile homes, those homes which we can carry with us wherever we go, using less bricks and less cement. Green homes. This is the concept of a smart living. And using of AI technologies in our houses like IoT, working on big data, smart energy based systems. When we talk about the concept of smart living in transportation, we are talking about those vehicles of the future which will not be running on road, they will be working in the air. This is the concept of smart living. Now when we talk about smart living, we talk about a smart home. So smart home will have smart lighting facilities, smart appliances, smart irrigation facilities, smart locks, smart speakers. When we are using smart devices at home, That is a smart home. So how can we define a smart home? A smart home is also called home automation or domotics. Smart homes means homes which are using smart devices. So it refers to the technology used in modern homes, that is the AI technology, which enables the owner or members of the home to have appliances, lighting, electronic devices, all of these connected to a common system. All of these are connected to a common system using IoT, and they can be controlled remotely by a smartphone or a mobile touch. Here you can see in this kitchen we can have one touch based system, and using this system we can totally control the kitchen. Using mobile phone also we can do this. So by a smartphone or mobile touch screen device we can totally control the house. Benefits of having a smart home. If we are having smart homes, it will minimize the household work, means all the work will be automatic. We will overcome our tedious task and it will lead a more comfortable life for us. Smart homes include energy saving. These appliances will save the electricity, they will use less electricity. So we will be saving the energy by including smart lighting. These lightings which can on and off themselves based on our behavior. Smart homes means solar panel based homes where we create or generate our own electricity. These systems can detect when occupants are in the room and they can adjust the lighting as needed. Suppose there are no people in the room, so they will switch off the light themselves. So likewise, using sensors they can promote saving of electricity. So smart homes will be energy saving homes. Smart thermostats, we have talked about thermostats in before topics also, for example Google Nest. These are Wi-Fi enabled devices that totally control the home, especially the home temperature. So these allow the users to set up the home temperature, monitor the home temperature or check the home temperature, and remotely we can control from outside wherever we are. Suppose right now I am in my room, so from here also I can control the temperature of the house. These devices can automatically modify settings according to the behavior of the homeowner. For example, the homeowner mostly likes the AC to be at 22. So based on that, whenever the owner comes, it will automatically place the AC at that temperature. Thermostat will automatically change the temperature of the room, of the house. Smart locks. Smart locks can detect when home members are near and then they can unlock the doors for them. Likewise, when the home members are not near, they have gone, so they will automatically lock the door. Smart security cameras will enable the home members to monitor their home on their smartphones from outside. So if we have the camera, then we can have a telecast of the camera in my mobile phone. I can see it using smart security cameras. Smart motion sensors at home can identify difference between members of the house, visitor, pets and thieves. So it can, just using the motion of the person, they can detect if the person is a regular member at night, a visitor or pets. And then if they find that the person is a thief, then they can raise an alarm if they find this suspicious. Smart TV, we all have used smart TV. So smart homes will have all of these, like energy saving equipments, smart thermostats, smart lock, smart security camera, smart motion sensor. Smart TV. Smart TVs, I think some of us are using smart TVs at home. They can connect to the internet using Wi-Fi, and they can play internet applications like Amazon Prime, Netflix, YouTube, and they also work on our voice. So they also have features of voice recognition or gesture recognition. Smart refrigerators that can keep track of our expiration dates, when the food product is going to expire. They can themselves make shopping list and give the list to us, digital shopping list. And even they can create recipes based on the ingredients currently at our hand. For suppose in the fridge we have ingredients for making a good sandwich. Okay, so they can tell us, they can create recipe themselves based on the ingredients that they have in the refrigerator. Senior monitoring devices means elder monitoring devices. These devices can monitor the elder people. They can make the home safe and comfortable for the elderly. They can monitor them. So the people who have their elders at home, they can be free and they can see how the elders are behaving. If they will find any problem with their elders, it will send a message or notification on the mobile phone of the person and he or she can respond. So they are making the home safe for the elderly. Smart irrigation system in our home. It will water the lawn only when needed and with the exact amount of water which is necessary for the plants. Robot assistants. We have seen robot assistants like Miko helping the student in doing their homework. Likewise, we have robot assistants helping in household jobs like washing our cloth, washing our utensils, and doing some basic chores like cleaning the house. We have smart assistants for cleaning the house. Smart plugs. Right now we are using plugs for plugging in our appliances. These plugs just take the electricity from that place and give it to our appliance. But in future, when we will have smart plugs, they will be energy monitoring plugs. They will monitor the energy for us. They will monitor to see how much energy each device is using. They will shut the plug off when a certain amount of energy has been reached. For example, suppose in mobile phones we do this, we can place the limit on the Wi-Fi usage. Suppose right now I want the Wi-Fi to use only 500 MB. I will place a limit. Likewise, using smart plugs, we will be able to place the limit on how much electricity it can consume. Suppose we can see that refrigerator is using very much energy, so we will place it at this limit, that after this limit you should switch off the electric connection to the refrigerator. So this way we can save the electricity. So if a certain amount of energy has been reached, utilized by the appliance, then it will switch it off. This will be very useful when we are charging our mobile phones or laptop or devices, because after a certain time we need to switch it off. If we will not switch off, then it will again start consuming the electricity. So this way these smart plugs will help us consume less electricity. One more thing, smart plugs will have sensors, and these sensors will send messages to the mobile phone of the person that how much electricity is used by which device. Then we can detect which device is using more electricity, so we can replace it or we can stop using that device. Smart home routine is also a smart device that controls all the devices of home. It will automatically turn off or on all of our devices. For example, this smart home routine is knowing that at 10 p.m. I usually go to sleep, so after 10 pm it will automatically switch off all the appliances and all the lighting systems. Suppose it knows that I usually wake up at 5 am, so automatically it will switch on all the devices and appliances and lighting systems at 5 am. Smart video doorbell. It will have video camera, inbuilt camera and mic. So if someone comes, we can directly see from our mobile phone who has come, who is outside our house using our smartphone or tablet, and we can directly talk with him using Wi-Fi system. Smart washing machines. They will automatically set up the washing mode and they will automatically take the detergent to be used according to the type of cloth, type of fabric and the load. So automatic washing machine is the smart washing machine, and it will automatically send you an alert when detergent is out of stock so that you can fill it. Smart garage door opener automatically opens the garage for the users when they arrive based on the sensors. If they sense the car, if they sense you, they will automatically open the garage door for you. And when you have placed your car, you have parked your car, when you are behind, it will automatically close the door when you leave. Smart door lock will unlock when the user is within a certain range and lock when they leave. Smart smoke detectors. We have smoke detectors at home, in workplaces, factories, hospitals. These are not smart. We have smoke detectors. Suppose smoke detector was not working, so we were not knowing, and suppose fire broke out. So in that condition we will have problem. Smart smoke detectors will incorporate self-testing to monitor their battery power and if their sensors are functioning properly or not, and they will send a notification on the phone if there is a problem. If sub sensors are not working, if battery is low, we need to charge it, it will automatically send a notification on our mobile phone. Implementation or working of a smart home. All the smart devices of a home are connected by a master home automation controller device that is called smart home hub or gateway. For example, Google Nest. This smart home hub or gateway will connect all the devices through Wi-Fi or sensor or using IoT. So all of the smart devices of your home are connected together so that they can easily work using this smart home hub or gateway. It is controlled by voice or sometimes it is controlled by internet connected interface. For example, your smartphone, where just using a touch you can control it. There are so many examples of it. For example, Amazon Echo Dot, Google Home, also called Google Nest, Samsung Smart Things. Most of these are voice based, so you can just ask them. They will, suppose I ask Google Home to switch off all of my lighting systems, it will switch it off because it is having control of all the devices which are at my home. A few latest and some popular home automation devices are Philips Smart Lighting. It is totally controlling the lighting system. Savant True Control, used with Apple devices. Easy Bulb Wi-Fi Lighting. It is based on lighting. Apple HomePod and Wemo Smart Plugs. So these are some very popular home automation devices, means smart devices. What are the challenges of smart homes? When we talk about challenges, we talk about the disadvantages of smart homes. In future, if we can have an alternative of the disadvantages, then it will not become a challenge. But right now it is a big challenge for us. They are totally dependent on internet for all of their work. For connecting multiple devices together, we are using Wi-Fi. For sending or receiving of data, we are using Wi-Fi. So they are totally dependent on internet. So if there is an internet failure, smart home users will not be able to access or control their devices. I am able to see who is outside my house because of the internet. The data is getting uploaded onto the Wi-Fi, and through that Wi-Fi I am getting the data of the person, the video of the person. So if internet is not there, the whole system will fail. Suppose I am at my office and I want to see what is happening at my home, so I can do it using internet. Second thing, these devices are very expensive, and right now they are not within the reach of the common people. They are within the reach of the reach of the rich, but still common people are not able to get it. So they are not affordable, and they are not within the reach of the common people. People who are not well versed with technology, our elders, they were not living in the technology era. They cannot operate these complex devices. So they will find it difficult to operate and use. So that will be a big problem. There will be a security threat to the whole home, as hacker can hack the smart hub, the gateway, the hub which controls all the devices. So it will just need to hack the smart hub device, and then it can misuse and control the rest of all the devices. Either smart TV, smart AC, smart thermostat, everything is in the control of the smart hub. So you just need to hack into the smart hub to control all the devices of the home. One more big problem is that whatever data or whatever images of our house are uploaded or shared by smart devices on the internet. I am getting the live video of my home because of the internet. The data from the CCTV camera is getting uploaded on the internet, and I am getting the data. So that data which is getting uploaded, those images which are getting uploaded and shared by the smart devices can be hacked by someone, and they can leak it over the internet. So our privacy is getting hampered if some hacking happens. That is a big problem. So when we talk about smart home, combined together we will have a big city. So that city will be smart city. Smart city is the same as smart living or smart home. We are using smart devices. Now, smart devices where they are at home. When we talk about smart cities, we talk about those devices which can control the whole city. So, a smart city will be a city that uses ICT, information and communications technology, and AI based machines or tools to manage their asset like traffic lighting, transportation system, their resources like water supply, and their services. Whatever services is provided by the government in the city are controlled through AI based solutions. What are the benefits of a smart city? Because of AI based solutions, there will be adequate supply of water in the whole city. It can judge which area is using more water and which area is using less water. At what time they usually use the water. So based on that condition, it can supply the water. Next thing is secure energy supply. It can ensure energy supply 24/7 because it can detect which locality, which area is where we are having the electric supply less, and where we should be having electric supply more. So based on the data that it is getting from the locality, it can predict which area should need more electricity. Proper sanitation, because of AI based tools for regular cleaning of the house, cleaning of the city. Efficient urban mobility because of GPS system, because of smart lighting system, because of smart traffic light system, and public transport based on EV electric vehicles. Affordable house for all. These green houses will be affordable. It will be accessible to all. Very good IT connectivity in the whole city. Very good internet in the whole city, and everything will be digitalized. Previously we were having written signboards. Now we will have digital signboard in the city. So everything will get digitalized. Good governance through e-governance. Previously people were doing this work, so now machines will be doing this work, so they will be more robust, they will do our work on time. So those people who want their certificates, they will get it very easily in a very limited amount of time. So good governance means good supply of the services to the people through e-governance, means electronic governance. Sustainable climate, these cities will be green city, so they will not harm the environment. Safety of the people, especially women, because of CCTV surveillance all over the city, there will be less chances of crime against women because everything is watched by an AI based system, and it can automatically alert the police authorities about any misbehaving, anything wrong which is happening in the locality. It can automatically send a message. Improved and better healthcare and education for the people using smart AI based systems. Now government of India also is trying to create smart cities. In 2015, the government of India launched the Smart Cities Mission. This mission tries to create smart cities in India. Means cities which are smart, which are connected, which are having AI based systems. This smart cities mission by the government of India is focusing on investing in tier 1 and tier 2 cities infrastructure and their growth so that they can have smart cities in future. Our city Gaya is not included in this smart cities mission, but there are some other cities in Bihar which are there in the smart cities mission. Now, what are the challenges which are faced while the government is trying to establish smart cities? First challenge is smart cities need a very huge amount of money because they will need AI based systems. So lack of sufficient fund means money is a big problem while we are establishing smart cities. Funds which are given to the public authorities to create smart cities are not getting adequately utilized because of corruption. Lack of internet facilities, slow internet, lack of internet in major part of the cities, that is also a big problem because smart devices will work on internet. Network connectivity issues in major part of the city. Somewhere we are having good network connection, somewhere having very less or very bad network connection. Land resources are not getting utilized at their proper way. Inadequate use of resources. For example, land. Some places we have land which is barren, which is not used. Some places we have green land that we are using, we are leaving the barren land. So because of not proper management, the land is not getting used properly. Very big problem, cyber security issues. Someone can hack into the system and it can control the whole city. And lack of digital literacy among the elders and those who are not used to with technology. That is also a big problem. So they will need someone to help them. They cannot do it directly on their own. That is also a big problem. So these are the challenges which are faced while the government is trying to establish smart cities.